Well, it's the messy end of the week. Clean out the vehicle week and clean off all my fittings and blow them out and get any dust out of them. It's been busy. I made a mess. But what I'm here for, it says test this first. GMC Denali. Now there's a story behind this Denali, this certain vehicle. This vehicle was brand new, had no labeling on it. It was under vacuum, ready to use. And not this vehicle, this cylinder in my vehicle. I always carry one spare cylinder in case I need one empty cylinder for something that is not labeled yet. So I keep it unlabeled, empty, and ready to go. And I got a call this one day to look, and I think I released the video, or maybe I didn't release it yet. This vehicle said, oh, this customer said their AC doesn't work on this vehicle, and we think you did it 2 years ago or a year ago. Can't remember, 9 months ago. 9 months ago or a year ago. They looked back in their records, couldn't find my invoice work order. I looked back in my records for doing them, and I had no invoice for doing this vehicle. I didn't have a sticker on the vehicle. You know, if you see all my videos, I always put stickers in the vehicles. I didn't have my sticker in the vehicle. And since I attach my fittings on people's fittings when I do a recovery, and I always have a lot of dye inside my fittings, it always leave a glowing ring. So the first thing I did was take off the caps, break out my UV light. There is no UV dye in the system or around the caps where I usually leave it. No sticker and no invoice. But they said I did it. So I was very suspicious. So vehicle came in and the AC was running. Compressor was making some noise. It was engaging. And there was pressure in it. And I said, that's funny. Okay, it's running, but it's not cooling. So since I was in a really big hurry and I wasn't going to test it. And as you see here, I just tested it. And what does it say? Air, 100%. Well, it had like 80 PSI, 90 PSI, I can't remember what it was. So it had a high air content or high pressure. I didn't know it was air at the time. But it smelled really funky. It smelled bad. It smelled rancid. It smelled like somebody's old shop air that has funkiness going on inside the bottom of their compressor tank for 40 years. And so I wasn't going to test it because I was in a hurry. This is going to make them happy and do their charge. But so I recovered that refrigerant into my empty container and I put YF on there because it was a YF vehicle. It's a brand new vehicle. So this was the result. And I had a really good hunch when my nose smelt that funkiness to put it in a separate tank. I didn't put it in my contaminated tank because I didn't test it. And I wanted to know what it was, but I knew it wasn't always all refrigerant just by the smell. So that's the story behind that. And I'm glad I saved this. This has been sitting here for a couple weeks. And I finally got around, because I've been too busy to clean out my car or anything like that and get organized. And so I took my tanks out, and I've, for this week, I completely filled up the 50-pound container of YF, almost filled up the 30-pound container of YF, completely filled up the container of 410 refrigerant. This container of 410 refrigerant's almost fine. This is about three quarters of the way full. It's not full yet. And that's just this week. I went through 40 pounds of YF refrigerant, just a 30-pounder of 410 refrigerant, and I think I have about 2 or 3 pounds left. I go through more 410 now than I do 134 refrigerant. So it's been a busy week, and I'm going to take tomorrow off. It's Saturday, and that's what it's like. Well, I'm going to do something tomorrow for about 2 or 3 hours, and that's it. And but not cars. All right, see you guys. Don't trust people when they say something that you think is suspicious, and you smell your refrigerant and it smells funky. Don't trust it. Yes, they say refrigerant doesn't have a smell, but wrong refrigerant or funky refrigerant that has moisture in it for a long time and it's been running, it has a smell. See ya. Go sniff some refrigerant. I'm going to be huffing all night tonight.